In Module 4, we'll discuss IRAs, stocks, and bonds. Investment retirement accounts, known as IRAs, have some variety, but in general are investment accounts that allow you to invest money for a higher rate of return than a typical savings account. How much one can contribute to an IRA in any given year is limited by the federal government. Since there are tax benefits for keeping the money in the account until retirement, early withdrawals will incur penalties. There are several types of IRAs, and they have slightly different benefits. The two most prominent are a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA, both set up by individuals. Companies can set up a simple IRA either as a Roth using after-tax dollars or a traditional using pre-tax dollars. Companies then can match employee contributions with a simple IRA plan similar to a 401k plan. The main benefit of IRAs is reduction of income taxes, either upon contribution or upon withdrawal during retirement. There are regulations on when and how much money can be withdrawn from these accounts. Withdrawals before a person is 59 and a half must meet qualifying criteria, such as home, educational, or medical expenses to avoid penalties. If a participant does not meet these criteria and withdraws funds too early, they may be subject to a 10% penalty and income taxes if pulled from a traditional IRA. The most significant difference between a Roth and a traditional IRA is when and how you are taxed. In a traditional IRA, you can contribute pre-tax dollars and will be taxed when the account is drawn upon during retirement. With a Roth IRA, you pay taxes now, but will not be taxed on the funds drawn down in retirement. This means choosing a plan based on whether you believe your taxes will be higher now or in retirement. Let's break down traditional IRAs versus Roth IRAs. Okay, first, let's look at a Roth IRA. Anyone older than 18 can contribute. Tax break occurs in retirement as contribution is post-tax. Yearly contribution limit is $7,000. Yearly contribution limit for people over 50 is $8,000. You are not eligible for a Roth IRA if you are single with an annual income over $153,000. Let's look at a traditional IRA. You must be working and older than 18 years. The tax break occurs now as contribution is pre-tax. The yearly contribution limit is $7,000, and the yearly contribution limit for people over 50 is $8,000, and there's no income limit. Another option is to directly invest in the stock market by buying individual stocks or mutual funds. Mutual funds are an investment vehicle where investors pool their money to buy stocks, usually based upon a specific index, location, or type of company. For example, there are mutual funds that buy only international stocks, stocks in small cap companies, or stocks that mirror the S&P 500. Investing can be done individually or with the help of a financial advisor. Companies like Fidelity and Vanguard have great online tools. You can typically speak to one of their advisors about what investments will work for you to meet your goals. When you invest money in a municipality, often the federal government or a financial institution, think a bank, you are most likely buying a bond. When buying a bond, you cannot access your money for a set amount of time. The initial investment and interest are returned to you when the bond matures. They have higher interest rates than a savings account because you cannot access the money for a set amount of time, often for many years. However, if necessary, you can sell the bonds at a discount before the maturation date. Most portfolios combine stocks/mutual funds and bonds to balance the returns as markets go up and down during growth and recession cycles. Often stocks and bonds create a natural hedge with each other, so bonds will drag down your return when stocks are up, but when stocks are down, bonds will prop up your return. Though not always the case, it is generally wise to have a combination of investment instruments in your portfolio to reduce risk while still making a reasonable return over the investment horizon. Traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs are vehicles to save for retirement. Roth contributions are after tax, and traditional contributions are pre-tax. Penalties will be charged for withdrawing funds early from a Roth or traditional IRA without a qualified criteria. And finally, most people set up a balanced portfolio of stocks and bonds to save for retirement.